Hey everybody, it's Peter Palmiotti. This is Making Comics in Art. Comic Book Day, Part 2. So stuff has developed and happened. I figured I'd go live. First, let me show you. Randy Bishop made me this t-shirt. It's got retro, his logo, my studio icon, signature. Pretty cool. Definitely appreciate it. And he actually came here to town, but we had lunch and he had a run. He's headed to Heroes. He'll be there all weekend. So if you're going to Heroes Comic Con, go say hi to Randy and pick up this. That's right, issue 7 is printed. I just flip through it really quick. So it's 40 pages, $5, $4.99. I actually have 5 copies. If you want a copy, comment down below, message me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that jazz. And you can grab a copy. So I'm going to try something. Let's see. Share screen. Window. Yeah, here we go. Time bound. Hey, Landon. Okay, so this is Randy's website at the moment. It's basically a link tree with a bunch of his links. So you see tip jar, become a patron, portfolio, social media, the comic shop. Let's see if I can do this. So this is his Store Envy store. You can pick up issue 7, which he just had printed, and also Silvers, which he just had printed, another book he worked on, and this is tied to a rock band. Issue 6, which I helped him out on also, and a lot of his previous issues and other things. Here's a Hulk of New York hoodie. So yeah, go. The link to Time Bound is down below in the description. Yeah, so if you want a copy of his latest issue that I helped out on, you can go purchase that. He's got a t-shirt shop where you can find him on social. His connection with the Silvers Band, Pure Ed the band. I think he's tied to that somehow. Interview with Randy. His Patreon. Let's go check out his Patreon page. How many patrons does he have? You have more than me? He's got cookies. Somebody's got cookies. He's got more patrons than me. The bastard. But yeah, go check him out. He has different tiers. Go check all that out. All right. And the big reason why I'm here today, a Wildcat Anthology Volume 1 has gone live. So CB Smallwood, or Brian Smallwood as I call him. This is his second Indiegogo campaign. He's got a lot to learn. But trust me, this is going to be a good book. So we'll take a quick look. He's shooting for 1,500 goal. He's at 13% already with $200 already pledged from 6 backers. He's got 61 days left. Go follow it, support it, pledge. There's not many different tiers. You get a comic, printed comic, and a free digital copy, or you can get just the digital or a variant coming up. So a number of people have already claimed the variant and the regular printed. So here we are. Here's the video. You can go check out. The man they call Wildcat is captured by Dr. Terror, where he's being tortured as the whereabouts of as Kenny Shogun, a mysterious object of unknown origins and use. From there, we are taken to dreams, memories, visions, recordings, and alternate reality involving Wildcat's misadventures. There's a slight horror element to this book, a big grindhouse, tons of action, and a whole lot of 90s comic kind of fun. So over 30 pages by Brian Smallwood and 50 fantastic pages by fellow indie comic creators. So we got Robert Johnson, Peter DeLuca, B.W. Sims, Allison McGlone, my partner in crime, Peter Palmiotti, that's me, Lucifer Storm, Jan Yept, I forget how to pronounce his last name. Jan is awesome. Abel Parsons, who penciled the story I worked on. Lucifer was the writer. Allison did letters and tones. C.W. Smallwood and Iwan Joko Trayono, something like that. I guess did the cover, colored the cover. It's a cover by Brian. I guess by colors by Erwin. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. But that's the cover with Brian's company, New Empire. So it's newempirecomics.com is his website. Creator perks. So there'll be perks and stretch goals added. 2,500 gets a variant cover by something cool. 5,000 gets trading cards. 6,000 gets the book colored. So love to see us get there. Although we have to go from gray toning to color. So that would be fun. But this is some samples of the art in the book, although none of it is, credited here. But this is some samples of what you can see in the book, and it's all not sized properly. I having done a Kickstarter page, I know how challenging that can be. This one's really small. Oh, dang. This is starting out by Daniel McGinnis. I forget his online name. Sideburns, I believe. So that's a couple of pages from him. This is Robert Johnson. And this is Jan. Jan's awesome. Love his work. And yeah, none of my pages, but that's okay. I'm sure he'll update as he goes on, and he'll add more tiers, and we'll see more of what the stretch goals are like. So his campaign going for 31 days. Link in the description. Please go check it out. There's a fly here. No relation to the anthology. So yeah, Wildcat is touched by Dr. Evil League. leading to mayhem and unrelenting 80-page action. So an 80-page book. Yeah, it's priced at $25 per. Or you can get the digital copies for those international that don't want to spend just as much on shipping. Was I sharing that out? Hopefully that was working. I don't know, but you can tell me later. What did I want to do? Oh, okay. So here we go. Ba-ba-bum. So Lennon says, "How's it going?" So, are you streaming it? I am at the moment. Yeah. So those not following along, I've been doing these just privately streaming and then making them public, kind of thing. Shorter videos. Just because things have been crazy. Let me turn on this. Things have been crazy and things are happening all over the place. The other thing I'll mention is Mark Torres. I'm doing designated with. We got some new people as part of the team. I'm waiting for him to confirm when we're announcing that. And he's looking into where to crowdfund his book. Might be Kickstarter, might be Indiegogo, might be Zoot. We'll see. And I think he wants to do that sooner than later. So that might be going live soon. I will say, in regards to Wildcat, I will have Brian on my channel. And I will interview him and talk more about the project since it's his baby. Yeah, he knows more about the other teams and the other stories and exactly who's who. Yeah, I've been doing shorter videos, essentially just drawing, which is what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah, I'm gearing up to a lot of things I'm going to be drawing. I know to refresh my skills, all I need to do is I don't even need to focus on anything specific, but I just need to draw more. So that's hence the videos and some of them are some of the past videos I've done over the last week or so have been sort of art tips or just insights I've had. So please go check them out. Go give a watch, give a listen. I know when I don't go live, I don't get as much views. But that's fine. I'm busy inking a bunch of things and busy talking with, Randy and Brian and also Mark, trying to get everything set up and geared towards all these crowdfunders. And like I said, Hawk in the Ark is available for sale right now. So yeah, a lot is going on in this comic book day. So Landon with another question. So what are the pros and cons of your life in comics? The pros is I get to do something I love, which is work on comics. There's lots of pros. I love the I love the fans. I love the my peers. I love hanging out with other creatives, both live on YouTube as well as behind the scenes. Yeah, I love just being creative and writing and drawing and inking and actually making product like this, to hold it in your hands, to be able to read it. And I have a bunch of my own books I'm going to be shelling out over the next year or so. I hope to have probably a dozen books before the year is out. So I'm also, working with other people I've yet to see, but something somebody may question is why I'm working with Randy, why I'm working with Brian, why I'm working with Mark. Mark's probably the biggest name, I would think. He's me and him and some other friends of ours did a radio show back in the 90s, the Comic Book Novice, which a lot of people knew of and listened to. It's an actual radio station that we went to. It was a lot of fun out in Long Island in New York. And Mark has been to many, many, many conventions, and he knows many artists and writers and creators of their own books and whatnot. And he has his own show. It came from the radio. And so he interviews not only people in comics, but people outside of comics with him and his friends. I've been on his show. It's a bunch of fun, a bunch of laughs, a bunch of serious talk. And you should go check it out. And yeah, Designated, really stoked for people to see that. And we'll have the details upcoming on when that's going live and what form is it going to take. Are we going to be doing a mini series? Are we going to be doing a full-fledged graphic novel? Either way, it will wind up as a trade or a graphic novel. So we will get the whole thing at some point. But honestly, we probably have a better chance if we do it as a mini series first. Build up that fan base and get people familiar with the book and show them that we can get the book out there and its quality and all that. So yeah, pros and cons. Obviously, one of the cons that a lot of people talk about is that there's not enough. They don't make enough money in comics, and that's the case with every industry. Like there's always a high end and a low end, and right now, I'm just squeaking by, but this is by choice. Like I've taken it upon myself this year to work on a bunch of projects, and get a bunch of books out there. And I believe that the potential is there for comic creators to make real good money, and a lot more projects are making a lot good money. English. One such project, I believe it's almost at 44,000. Joe Sonntag, Reaper Destroyer, is on Indiegogo. Easy to look up. But I do have the link down below. I have the link to a number of friends' projects for you to go check out. Another one upcoming is Type 1 by Sean Ahrendt, Hex Allen. Welcome, sir. How you doing, buddy? When's your next issue coming out with your project? Not sure if you have a wrench. I know I throw a wrench at a lot of people, but you could at least type the name of your book and some details to it. Yeah, it's like I wish I had enough money for everybody's project, and there's definitely like Hex Allen's books I want to pick up, and I prefer to pick up printed books rather than digital. So I'll have more money in the fall probably. But yeah, so the con is like a lot of people aren't making enough money. It's definitely a lot of work, and we have to have all the skills, because a lot of us are individuals doing everything. But yeah, Reaper Destroy is almost at 44,000. Another creator, Kenneth Rackford, has broken the second issue of his book, issue 2, and maybe he's a higher end of the industry for sure. He's definitely super talented. He's worked for Image Comics back in the day, and has his art in a lot of places. His latest project is over 88,000 right now. Landon says you can draw a t-shirt and sell it for 20 to $25, which is one piece of art, or you can draw a graphic novel, hundreds of pieces of art, and sell it for $15. Thoughts? Yeah, well, I mean, everything is taking a chance, and the smart move is, I think it's a smart move to make your work, make your own comics, and create your own IPs. Then you can have your own t-shirts, like I showed off my retro t-shirt that Randy made for me. And make that t-shirt money, make that, you could do prints, you could do trading cards, you could do everything with your own characters. Hopefully your book sells well, and then henceforth the people also want all the merch. And Hex Allen says it's possible a graphic novel will appreciate in value. Yes. It's all about just, consistently over the years. In some cases, it takes us independent creators longer to put together a book and to get it out there. But definitely, you build up your name regardless of what you're doing. If you're just going out there and being a t-shirt artist, and I've had friends who focused on that alone for years. And there is good money in it, but there's also a lot of people just doing, almost kind of meme stuff in regards to getting whatever's in popular culture and making some sort of drawing or text for a t-shirt in relation to whatever's popular. And that's well and good. You gotta make money however you make money. But if you have your own creations, comics, like Hawk in New York, and you're selling a Hawk in New York hoodie with the logo on it and maybe a tiny figure, it's a lot cooler, especially if you're a fan of the comic. Otherwise, you might just get it as some kind of a a goof like Hawk in New York. I have no idea what this character is, but I kind of like how he looks, or you know, he's an Indian character, so I have an appreciation of all things Indian. So I'm gonna grab up whatever merch is in regards to that. But yeah, you know, it's like I plan to do retro as an ongoing series, and you know, eventually I will have trades of it. Eventually, you know, I will have all sorts of merch. You know, with the first issue when I get it out, come this fall, I will have prints. I will have stickers. I will have magnets. I will have, you know, maybe a bookmark. I'll make a patch because I'll be crowdfunding again on Indiegogo. Once I get the books in the hands of the people that pledged on Kickstarter, I'll be doing a full-fledged Indiegogo for it. And those people like patches, so I'll be doing a patch. And you know, it's like I really love what Peter Simeti does, and he's all about, you know, selling as many books as possible, but also doing the merch, because you make better money than just selling the book itself. And the more money we have in pocket, the more we can accomplish as independent creators. So, you know, I was going to mention, like, why am I working with people like Randy Bishop or Mark Torres or Ryan Smallwood? You know, it's obvious that they're not, you know, they haven't worked for Marvel or DC or Image or whatever, and they got these small little books. You know, why am I choosing to work with them as opposed to just holding out for a big flashy gig? You know, it's like most of my career has been built off of working with other independent creators, and a lot of the reason I work with these people, the three I mentioned and others previously, like I worked with Everett Hartso on Razor back in the day. I worked with Dan Cooney on Valentine, and you know, to name just a few. It's because I learned, like I got so much more to learn, but you know, I always wanted to, didn't always have the guts to, but I always wanted to make my own independent books. And you know, by working with all these other creators, is my opportunity to dabble in that world, and to learn by them. You know, obviously, if you look at Brian's Indiegogo for Wildcat Anthology, which just went live today. Like, he did it off the cuff. He got all his information in. He set up the page. It's not fully fleshed out. It's not splashy. It can use some help. But you know, he's still learning. This is his second Indiegogo campaign. The first was, like, he did Wildcat issue 1 back in 2019. So he did that, got that book out. He mentioned doing an anthology, and a lot of people jumped in and said, I'll be a part of it, including myself. So I teamed up with others, and that's the story you'll see in his book. But yeah, it's like I much rather work for a small independent comic creator before they get famous. And hopefully with my 2 cents along the way, we can, really improve their book, improve the way they promote it, improve their campaigns when they do campaigns. Like, I'm pretty sure like Mark, I think this is his first campaign, if I am correct. Mark Torres with Designated. He's choosing, like, he was with Apex Comics Group, but we both got the feeling that the publisher of that, that company wasn't going to give a smaller book like Designated high priority. And that's everything. That's like, and so he's taken it upon himself to set up his campaign. And maybe, maybe it won't be 100% flashy or as professional as Mariano would set it up. But he, Mark really believes in the project, just like Brian with Wildcat Anthology. Like, he's passionate about the book, and he'll learn how to set up a better page. He'll learn what more to include on a page. And I will mention that, he will be on my channel. I'll do a live stream with him where he'll talk about it. Yeah. So, so maybe before this campaign ends, the page will look much better. Maybe by the time he does his next campaign, it will be that much tighter, and he'll have a larger fan base and all that jazz. Hey, it's Mike Jimmy. Welcome. Do you have a wrench? You want to promote your project, Mike? I know I gave a lot of wrenches out. I forget who has them. And if you don't have them, I'll go back in the live chat. It takes a couple of days for chat to show up on YouTube. It's weird, but yeah, I'll have to come back and see who does and doesn't. But yeah, so Hawk New York issue 7 is published, printed, and it's 40 pages long with a bunch of different stories. And you should go check it out. It's a good independent comic by Randy Bishop, and I helped out. And yeah, we'll be doing at least one other project together, if not more. And as well, the Wildcat Anthology is live on Indiegogo. Those links are down below in the video description. And Mike says, LOL, I'm always cool with more promotion. Absolutely. But yeah, this early summer has been nuts for me in my life. I had my close friend who's living here in town, Lisa, go through a bunch of stuff and surgeries. She's I wouldn't say 100% back to herself, but getting closer every day. She had some more surgery recently, and she was able to get around more and function. So yeah, I was watching our cats for a while, watching our home, seeing after our mom and all that jazz. So that's a little more back to normal. My neighbor recently had somebody drop off 3 kittens. Maybe that was like a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, whatever it's been. Anyway, he's taking essentially the tortoise shell, one of the kittens. There's 2 red cats. I just found that both the red cats' homes yesterday, so they're still here, but they'll be getting into their new homes in a few days. So maybe my my life will get back to normal somehow. So Mike Jimmy says, currently running the Kickstarter for the Re-End site while working on the Adman Pilot episode for Life on Cora, plus, of course, Life on Cora 6, because there's no rest for the wicked. Yes, go check out all of what Mike is up to. Follow him on social. I do want to pick up all his projects. Like I said, I'll probably have more money in the fall for anything I haven't pledged to. There's at least 20 books, and it's definitely, I want to get my friends' books first. So you're on my list, Mike. You're on my list, Hex. Who else here? Landon, you have a book too. Definitely want to support my fellow creators and check out what they got to give. And yeah, so Off New York printed, Wildcat Anthology live on Indiegogo, designated coming up shortly, hopefully very, very soon. Retro in the fall. I have other things in the works, but not that close to happening at the moment. Oh wait, let's see. Okay. People saying hello to people, and then Mike Jimmy, no worries, man. If you want, I can send you digital copies of LOC. That would be awesome, man. I would read them. I'll still pick up the printed. You're awesome, Mike Jimmy. Landon says, I finally came to the realization that it'd be a good idea to make money some other way and do comics on the side. I'm planning making my own mob business and just basically selling my art rather than hoping to make money with comics alone. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people that create comics also have the art business on the side, and making merchandise is part of their art business. I know people that do prints alone. I know people that do trading cards alone, t-shirts alone, as well as working on comics. Trust me, I've had day jobs throughout the years during times where I needed to make better money. Right now, I am full-time, but I'm also working on things that don't necessarily bring in a lot of money, but it's sort of part of a bigger plan I have. And once I officially get issue 1 of Retro out, I'm putting together a sketchbook. I have other books following Retro that I'll be getting out there. So, then I'll have properties where I can constantly sell books of my own and make more money along the way, as well as working on higher priority books that I plan to do as well. And it's like I might actually like see if I can get some DC work, but team me up with an artist I want to work with. So we'll see if that happens. Like I have an art rep for a reason. He gets me some side gigs every once in a while. If you want to commission me, get in touch with him. The links are on my social for Philip Ressert. Um, and, he's got his own book, Tragedy, which I've done a bunch of prints / covers for. Um, he wanted me to do a backup story, but that never worked out. He's got to make bigger and better numbers for that to happen. Um, I'm not sure it's part of his plan anymore, but he is. He's crowdfunded 3 issues, and before the end of the year, he'll crowdfund another 2 issues. So he's really upping his game as far as putting his book out, and that's it's kind of inspirational, and hopefully it will succeed for him. Let's see. Mike Jimmy says it's a really slug to get money rolling on comics for sure. I'm still running a side job myself. Yeah, it can be really challenging, for sure. I should work on getting new sketchbook art, but I don't really sketch randomly nowadays. Yeah, man. Like you're doing your book, you're doing animation. Now you got your new book, so you got a lot going on. You don't have time to sketch. And this here for me, this is like me. This is me pushing a pencil around. This is not necessarily what people want to see in a sketchbook. But this really helps me, like regardless of if I'm making great drawings or not, as long as I'm, this is my philosophy for me, and maybe it will work for some people out there, but I know, like, I know it's better, like, for people to keep focused and really actually think about what they're drawing, and really you'll use the tools and ways people draw better. For me, I've inked so many comics that as an inker, I could finish a badly penciled drawing and make it look good. So that's part of my skill set at this point in time. But yeah, as an artist, like just to keep drawing really helps immensely. And when I have more time, and I'm constantly trying to tweak my schedule in a direction where I could be more productive. I definitely haven't been highly productive in the last month as much because of real life obligations and whatnot. But that will change. This summer I should be on track. More on track. So Landon says it seems like people either making killing in comics or making hardly anything, whereas the middle ground, I don't know. Like I said, it's everywhere in entertainment, specifically. Like, if you're an actor, it's the same thing. If you're in the 1%, then you're making movies and TV shows all the time, hence making really good money. Or you're struggling to even get a commercial gig or whatever. And it's similar in comics. I know it's changing. I know it's evolving. I know it's getting better for independent creators to make better money. I see more and more campaigns passing 10,000, and that's a good sign. And I hope that my Indiegogo campaign of retro does that. I'd love to see 20 or 30 grand. You know, if I get those numbers, then I could do, you know, produce a couple of issues, um, and really have a successful year. Hence, then, you know, it only doubles my chances going forward from that point. So we'll see. Like Jimmy says, the middle ground is comics you enjoy and have a decent following. It's not always about the big bucks. Yeah. You know, it's like, yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why I'm working with a lot of independent creators. It's their passion, it's their love, it's their, you know, I want to. I'm not a huge name myself, you know. It's like I barely. it, it happens in waves. It goes up and down. Like my following, um, people recognize my name, but they also only want to buy certain products. And I can't buy everything with my name on it. So, such is the way. I totally understand. I wish I get more inking gigs. Yeah, man. You know, now that I know if somebody's looking for an inker, I could throw them in your name. That's certainly how I survive, like through inking gigs. I'd love to show you something I'm working on. There's a guy, Dave Brink, Genuine Comics. I'm doing a piece for. I'm not sure if it's a pinup or a cover. I think it's a pinup. It's pretty amazing. It's another opportunity for me to work on Alan Goblin, who's phenomenally fantastic artist. It's another piece where I'm taking my time because I can't rush his work. But yeah, it's you know, it's another inking gig that I'll have under my belt. I'm also inking Dale Keown. This is strictly for fun. I'll get to that in a minute. Mike says, Dave. Yeah, I know him. I've finally seen him in real life too at some cons. Awesome. Uh, we're both from the Netherlands. Oh, awesome. I have an international following. Yeah, Perfect 10. Yep. That's his creation, which everybody should go check out. I'm not sure if he's live. You know, I mentioned earlier I have a bunch of links to various friends and their campaigns. Mike, Jimmy, I should put yours down below, and I should put Dave's down below. I forget which ones I have down there, so if I already have it, then I'm good to go. But yeah, I want to add some more, and get some campaigns out there, more notice. Like also another one is B Rose, Black Rose Comics, with his cyberpunk book. That's another book I want to pick up that I don't have the money for at the moment, but you know, he plans that as an ongoing series, and I'm excited by anybody, especially in independent comics, who has the balls to do ongoing series, because that's exactly what I want to do. You know, I see the next 10 years of my life definitely, you know, just working on issue after issue and after issue of retro, and I have 100 ideas, and I'll be working on a solid outline. You know, after issue 1 is said and done, I'm going to be doing 0 issue, and that's strictly because I promised a 0 issue already. And that would be the origin of Retro's name, in regards to, you know, to in the origin, how it came to him. And I decided to work with some other creators, and see about, doing some short, I wouldn't call them stories, snippets of retro with other creators, and yeah, there's more to it than that. I can't really get into it without giving it away, but I'll have to find a way to say the catch without giving it away. But yeah, really excited about that. I'll have a couple of people on board, and I'll be looking for more people to team up with. I'm looking to get 2 other artists that I want to ink, as well as maybe 2 other co-writers. But we'll see how that works out. And Mike Jimmy says, "Yep, it's hard to support fellow creators when you're running on fumes yourself. I really have to keep myself in check sometimes." Yeah, man, it's always a balance. Yeah, I've had more life happen in the last couple of months, well, this year, than previously, and it's really taken a toll on my production. But things are slowly getting back on track. And I really want to do more, not only more of what I got going on, but more with other creators, and just get books done and out of my hands. And Mike Jimmy says, "Hey, hit me up for anything, anytime. I can always make a spot for friends." Mike Jimmy, I will take you up on that, my brother. We'll work on something together. That would be fantastic. It's like, definitely been a fan of your work. Watching your work in videos and seeing the quality of your work that you've shown off. And yeah, I definitely love to do a team up with you. So yeah, we're getting close to an hour here, so let me plug things again. So for those that don't know, this is Hawk of New York issue 7. I helped Randy out, and also a bunch of other people. So Randy Bishop, Will Callaghan, who's also another fine creator, publisher, artist. I love his freaking art. Maybe I should nab him for a story. We'd love to ink Will. Peter Palmiotti, we all know and love him. Mark Wright actually did this cover, which is dynamite cover. I love this cover. And Ricky Zero, who I believe helped out on inks, as well as Mark Wright, I believe. I'm sure he has all the details in the credits page and whatever. But this is, I'll flip through it really quick. This is kind of what you can expect. It's a black and white indie comic, but this is larger than normal issue at 40 pages. And it's got some ads and color on the cover. But yeah, I have 5 copies if you want to grab it from me. And then the Wildcat Anthology, all the links are down below. Please go share it out to your friends. Pledge if you can. There's the digital copy is only $5. Anybody pledging is much appreciated. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm going to have Brian Smallwood, the creator of Wildcat character and the anthology, with me on a stream upcoming. Other than that, I'm doing short short videos, essentially. I'm not streaming live. I'm just posting them afterwards. Me doodling, throwing some tips or ideas I have to do things better, whatever. It's not really highly produced, or it's kind of off the cuff at the moment, thoughts and whatnots. But yeah, it's like I want to see independent creators be a lot more successful. Like like see less people like Landon. I know like can do better. Hell, I can do better at the moment. Mike Jimmy can do better. We could all be selling thousands and thousands of copies of our own books and making a good living. That's the idea behind what I want to see. Like all of us creators making a good living, where we could afford to buy homes and cars and maybe even a boathouse. Mike Jimmy says about HoNY issue 7, looking good. So yeah, give this video a like if you really want to support me. I'm trying to do drawings as I can and post them up on my Patreon. The link is down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I have had a few new subscribers, and just ring the bell, I guess, if that works for you. It doesn't work for me when I do it for other. Mike Jimmy says the boathouse, yes. Lifelong dream. Yes, let's all have boats and boathouses. But yeah, I'll see you again here soon. I'll post online if when I'm going to have Brian live on my channel, so we can do a full length interview with him. He can talk all about the character as well as the anthology and who's involved and all that jazz. For right now, thanks for watching. I always appreciate it. And yeah, go watch. I have over 700 other videos. Stay awesome, dude. I'll catch you later. You too, Mike Jimmy and Landon and everybody else.